BFM. In NISHCHAY Series, we are covering MCQs plus case studies. MCQs related to your theory, related to your numericals. Case studies similarly related to your theory, related to your numericals. So watch the video completely. Share it with your friends. Share it on all your social media platforms. Like the video. Don't miss this. Like the video. Click it first. Today I'll be covering important questions related to Basel 3. Basel 3, you know, the toughest part, right? Because that is a hot topic now in banking also and now in your CAIIB exam also. Basel 3 is the hot topic. So that's why watch the video till the end. Share it with your friends. Okay, don't miss this. Sharing is caring. So let's start. Three. Okay. Which of the following is not one of the Basel 3 framework's techniques for calculating operations risk? Operational risk. Now see this. In Basel 3, you have three risks mainly. Okay. Let me draw it. Okay. So it becomes easier for you. Once it editable, enable editing. This is every time you have to do it. Hold on. Yeah. So now it's okay. See this. Everyone understands first the Basel framework as such. Okay. Basel framework. Basel. Okay. I'll draw it in smaller version, smaller image so that you understand it and everything can be fitted over here. Basel has three pillars. Okay. Three pillars. Basel 3 you can call it. Okay. Minimum capital requirement. So I'll write it just capital. Capital. Okay. It's actually minimum capital. Minimum. Okay. Second is SREP. Supervisory review. Okay. SREP. And third one is your governance. Governance means market discipline. Discipline I'll call it, or market discipline. Okay. Let me call it fully. So market discipline, exact word I'll give it, because many of you might get confused. Discipline means what? Discipline. Now firstly you understand one point about this. This minimum capital, it is to be performed by the banks, individual bank. Each bank has to perform this exercise. There is a document called as ICAP. As per the ICAP, you have to maintain your minimum capital. This is to be performed by the bank. Okay. Here you have a document called as ICAP. Actually, ICAP is a part of pillar 2 also. In the books you might get confused that it's a part of pillar 2. Firstly, what do you understand is SREP, this supervisory review. Okay. This process and evaluation. E means evaluation. This is to be performed by the regulator, or you can call it auditor, or you can call it RBI, simple. Let's call it RBI because it's actually by the regulator. What does RBI do in this, in SRP? It checks your ICAP, it challenges your ICAP. Means this ICAP is a system or document with you as a banker, which will in ICAP over here, it will give you the idea. Means it will cover all your risks. But you might have certain loopholes. So whether those loopholes are correctly covered or not, somebody has to check it. Who will check it? RBI. So this is the challenge. And why is all this carried out? Why do we need this RBI auditor? Why do we need this minimum capital? So that, now understand the third phase. All of them, both of them, together will be there so that these two together give the clear picture to the investor. Market discipline, other name for market discipline is transparency, or you can call it governance. Okay, let me write it. This is also called as transparency. or governance, corporate governance we call it actually, governance. Okay. So governance or transparency. This is the way, means why do we need all these things? Suppose if something happens in the bank, okay, any bank, some fraud happens, who must come to know first? It must be known to the bank. Who must come to know second? Auditor. Immediately over here, auditor must come to know. When the auditor certifies that there is a fraud, then this will be reflected in to the investor. So that's why this process should be very fast. Okay. Now in the coming technology, I'll tell you something new. I'm going to tell you. With the advent of this blockchain technology, blockchain has come up now in the banking system, and AI. Both of them are there. Blockchain and AI. With blockchain and AI, I'll tell you, things are becoming so fast. Okay, that the audit will be done immediately. Immediately fraud happens, immediately it will be displayed to the investor. But that's the future part. Future means present only, next coming 1 year. Okay, AI is a great thing. You saw that just now, that DeepSeek. What is DeepSeek? How many of you heard about DeepSeek and what was it? From which country is DeepSeek? You tell me, everyone. From which country is DeepSeek? It is from China. Okay, China means DeepSeek model. Here, this is just one example. Now, Bharat, I would say India, Bharat. Bharat is developing its own model of AI now. So, AI is here to stay. Kindly note. All the countries will be there with AI and blockchain. Blockchain is also the same level. Okay, this will change the entire scenario of Basel III. All your concurrent audit, your internal audit, everything will be vanish, immediately vanish. If you are having blockchain, if you are having AI, why do you need the auditors? Means that's a future thing I am telling you. Or it's not that auditors will vanish. Second logic I'll tell you, it's not that auditors will vanish. What will happen is their roles will change. Rules, right now whatever they are doing, the concurrent audit. That is what is concurrent audit. That goes for your compliance part, compliance related audit. Now it will be more of a risk related audit. Future, forget it. Right now, let's not get into it. Let's go into this basis. Because here, why am I telling you? You'll say, sir, this is not related to our subject. Kindly note, in BFM, everything is related to your subject. Everything. Russia attacking Ukraine is related to BFM. That Israel war with the Middle East related to BFM. Blockchain technology related to BFM. Everything is related and questions can come on anything. Anything. If you think that only books will be asked, forget it. Books are not only asked. Books, they relate the books to this present situation. That's what is knowledge, isn't it? Chalo, let's move on then. Now, in this minimum capital risk, this here you have 3 risks. Which are the 3 risks? Credit, market, and ops. These are the 3 risks which are covered in this minimum capital requirement. Okay? Credit, market, ops. Now, again, each risk, here, it's going on expanding. Okay? Each risk is measured in 3 ways. Each risk is measured in 3 ways. Now, I won't go into that. Okay? Because, okay, I'll just tell you. Okay? Credit risk is measured in 3 ways. Or you can, 3 ways also you can call it. One is standardized method. Second is FIRB and third is AIRB. Now these I'll explain if the topic comes right now, otherwise some other lecture. Okay. Market risk is measured using duration approach. Okay, duration. Mainly in our country we follow duration approach. There is one more method, but in our country we follow duration approach. Duration means, remember that Macaulay duration, modified duration. That is it. Okay. So next, ops risk. Ops risk is measured in 3 basic ways. Three basic ways. What are the three ways of measuring ops risk? Again, basic indicator, standardized, and AMA, advanced measurement approach. Now, one thing I am cautioning, AMA approach will not be there in some years. They are moving out of standardized measurement approach. I mean, they are replacing this AMA. But that's a future thing. Right now in CAIIB you have three approaches for ops. BI, basic indicator. Second one is your standardized, and third one is AMA. Okay, now clear everyone? Move on to the question. Enough of here. I'll give you theory also. It's not that if I just solve the question and you don't know the basics, then what's the use? Right? You must know the basics also, and then you can solve the theory or questions, whatever questions do come. Which of the following is not one of the Basel III frameworks techniques for calculating operations risk? Just now I told you. BI, standardized, AMA, foundation internal rating based approach. Which of them is not the one? Now you answer. Just now I told you all the three for operations risk. Let me check. Everyone, yes, the answer is this. Okay, foundation. That is not the method for operations risk. That is the method for your credit risk. Credit risk has three methods, right? I just now told you, standardized, FIRB and AIRB. That is credit, not ops. Clear? Go on. Next. Which are the reinforcing pillars of Basel III revised framework? Reinforcing pillars means what are the pillars of Basel III? Just now I give you again. Follow it fast. Fast. Minimum capital requirement, supervisory review of capital adequacy, market discipline. Only A and B, only B and C, only C, all A, B and C. Follow it. Just now I gave you the answer. Basel II, you can call it 3 also. Chalo. Basel 3. All are same. 2 and 3 are same. Do you know what is the difference between Basel 2 and 3? What is the difference in Basel 2 and 3? Just one word. Everything is same. Everything is enhanced. Enhanced. Okay, enhanced. Enhanced over here, enhanced over here, enhanced over here. That is Basel 3. Enhanced minimum capital requirements, Basel 3. Enhanced SREP, Basel 3. Enhanced market discipline, Basel 3. For Basel 2, it is just this minimum capital, SREP and market discipline, Basel 2. And Basel 3, enhanced word is there. Why this word enhanced is there? Anyone knows? Why is this word enhanced? Because ratios are added over here. Ratios are more stricter now over here. What are the ratios? Which are the stricter ratios? In Basel 3, for this minimum capital requirement, okay, you have 4 new ratios which have been added. Leverage ratio, LCR, NSFR and Cook's ratio. And one more buffer has been added, CCB. Okay, CCB, counter cyclical buffer. There is one more buffer, CCCB. CCB is credit conservation buffer, and CCCB is counter cyclical credit conservation buffer. But that buffer is right now, see here, triple CB is right now not brought in by RBI up till now. CCB is there, 2.5%. So that's why we call it enhanced. Additional layers have been brought in so that your banks are more safe. Isn't it? Even this supervisory review, ICAP has been brought in Basel 3. It was not there in Basel 2. Basel 3, ICAP is more stricter. Means it was there, but this is more stricter now, ICAP. Okay? Internal capital adequacy assessment framework. Okay? ICAP. So, market discipline. So, which of them are the reinforcing pillars of Basel 2 or 3? You can call it anything. Answer is, don't just give answers. Listen to the explanations which I am giving you, because Answers are okay. You must understand the basics. So the answer is this. Okay, D. All A, B and C. Got it, everyone? Which of the following is not a key principle of SREP mentioned in pillar 2 of Basel III norms? So which of them is not a key principle? Not. Kindly understand the question. In exam, you must always focus on what is asked in the question, whether they want true answer or whether they want false answer. If you miss out on this, then even though you know everything, you lose the marks. You have to focus on what is asked, not. Okay? So now, bank should have a process. One sec. Let me see. I was just checking if I can expand it. Are you able to read this now? Yeah. Chalo, let it be. Chalo, move on. So, which of them, the following are not the key principles? Bank should have a process of assessing their overall capital adequacy in relation to their risk profile and strategy for maintaining the capital levels. So, bank should have a process for assessing the overall capital requirement. Overall capital requirement, they must have the process. Process means your techniques, processing, okay, in relation to their risk profile. Got it? And strategy for maintaining the capital level. Do you agree to this? Bank should have the internal assessment process. Do you agree? Okay, but what do we want? We want not. So this is true. You want false answer. What do you want? False. Requirement is false. This is true. Next one. Bank should maintain risk-weighted assets capital requirement anytime. So the RWA process, risk-weighted. What is RWA? Firstly, understand. Under Basel III, I told you 4 ratios are there. One ratio is CRAR. Very, very, very important ratio. Or we call it Cook's ratio. So capital upon RWA, risk-weighted asset. RWA means basically your 3 types of RWAs are there. Credit, market, ops. Credit, market and ops. These are the 3 types of your RWA. Then capitals are of 2 types, T1 and T2. T3 is also there, but that's the emergency capital that we don't take into calculation. Emergency means only when there is an emergency due to market risk. Again, this is the separate point. Due to market risk only. Ops and credit risk is not considered over here. Okay? So coming back to this question. So you want what? Maintain the RWA. Obviously, you'll have to maintain the RWA. Bank supervisors need to review and evaluate the bank's internal capital adequacy assessment and ensure that compliance with the regulatory capital ratio. So supervisor means what? Bank supervisor means what? Auditor, or you can call it RBI also. See, both are equally important. Auditor means internal auditor also. Okay? So bank supervisor should need review. Okay? Got it? Review. So they must be able to, they should review the bank's internal norms. Okay? So is it true? Obviously, it is true, isn't it? Why is the SREP there? SREP is there to review. All are true. Now only one ball is remaining. If this ball is also missed, then what is the answer? Let's see. Right? This is the last ball. Obviously, if all are true, this should be false. Let's see. Supervisor should intervene at early stage to prevent capital from falling below the minimum levels. Okay? Should intervene at early stage. So supervisor should, early stage means what? SMA 0, 1, 2. SMA 0, 1 and 2. Early stage. so that the capital means prevent the capital from falling below the minimum levels. Means your CRAR levels, if they fall below, how will they fall below your CRAR level? If your NPAs are more. To check the NPAs, the RBI should intervene at a senior level, means earlier level. Now this is also true. Now imagine you get this question in exam. Everything is there, true. Then what? Yeah. So which one is true? Bank supervisors need to review and evaluate the bank's internal capital adequacy assessment. Intervene at a daily early stage. So all are seeming to be true. Now which one is false? Somebody has to be false. So which one is false? Think. Which one is false? There is one answer which is false, which I gave you wrong over here. Which is the one? This is the one. False. Okay. Bank should maintain RW as asset capital requirements at any time. The requirement is for CRAR, not for RWA. The more you have RWA, the problematic you are. Bank should maintain the necessary capital. Bank's job is to maintain the capital. Okay, this part, capital. RWAs will automatically happen. Your NPS will be there. If RBI is there, this SMA 012, if RBI is intervening constantly at the early stage, then definitely this RWA will be maintained. Okay? So this is false. Got it, everyone? You have to maintain. Here, what's in your hand out of these two? What's in your hand? You have given the loans. Now what's in your hand? In your hand it is only maintaining that much capital and focusing on that loans so that it doesn't become NPA. Because what happens if it becomes NPA then? If the loan becomes NPA, the main problem, do you know what happens? Provision. Provision increases, huge provision. You have that provisioning for substandard, doubtful 1, doubtful 2, all that provisioning increases. So immediately provisioning increases means your risk increases, risk weighted asset increases. Okay. So this was the answer. All answers seem to be same or right. Okay. Next, read this. Which of the following are not captured under regulatory capital adequacy ratio in pillar 2 of Basel 2, or make it 3 also, Basel 3, 2 or 3, both are same only. So pillar 2 of Basel 3 framework. So which of them are not captured under capital adequacy ratio? Okay, what is capital adequacy ratio? This capital adequacy ratio, what is this? What is, I know CRAR, just now I told you that CRAR, this one, this was CRAR. So CRAR, you know what is next? I told you there are 4 ratios. Leverage, this CRAR, LCR and NSFR. These are the 4 ratios. Okay. So what is this 5th ratio then? So kindly note, this CRAR has 2-3 names. CRAR or CAR, capital adequacy ratio, or Cook's ratio. Cook was a person based on whom this ratio is found. So same, you call it CRAR, you call it CAR, you call it Cook's ratio. Call me by any name, rose always smells the same, Shakespeare. So call me by any name, ratio is same, capital and RWA. Okay? So, what is the question then? Which of the following are not captured under the regulatory capital adequacy ratio as per pillar 2 of Basel 3 framework? Which of them are not captured? Look at this. Interest rate risk in the banking book. Credit concentration risk not captured. Liquidity risk not captured. Settlement risk not captured. Reputational risk not captured. Now which one is the which is the one which is actually not captured over here? Interest rate risk not captured. Is it so? Think over it, everyone. Which is the risk which is not captured? Interest rate risk in the banking book. Interest rate risk in the banking books. Here, whoever has followed my yesterday's lecture, day before yesterday's lecture, they will understand what is banking book and trading book. So, interest rate risk in banking book is not captured. Why? Because in banking book, whenever we buy the bonds, we keep them until maturity. So, I am not going to sell these bonds. So, if I am not going to sell the bonds, why should I have the interest rate risk? Because the interest rate risk means what? If the interest goes up, what is this interest rate risk? Okay, let's cover this. What is the interest rate risk? It means if interest rate goes up, your price of the bond will go down. Price will go down. This is known as interest rate risk. So these two are related. Interest rate risk and price risk. Both are same only. Means opposite, not same, opposite. If interest rate goes up, your price will go down. Simple. So in banking book we don't capture it at all. Okay. Now RBI has come up. Means recently they had a circular, but that also they receded it. Recede means took it back. They had come up with a circular. RBI had come up with a circular that interest rate risk in the banking book needs also to be captured. But they took it back now. Up till now it's not there. We don't know the future. Credit concentration risk. This is also not captured. What is concentration? I am giving the complete loan. Let's say I am having 1 lakh crore rupees to give the loans. I am giving complete 1 lakh crore rupees to IT industry. Complete 1 lakh. Everything. You take it. Tomorrow what happens? If IT industry is down, my bank is flat. Gone. Isn't it? So this is concentration. So that's why we always say you should not put all the onions in the same basket. Okay? Onions in the same basket. So vegan. Okay, not eggs. So onions in the same basket. So that's why you should not give all the loans to a single sector. You must give it to various sectors, distributed portfolio. So not captured. Third one, liquidity risk. Okay, which is not captured. Liquidity risk. Is liquidity risk captured over here? What is liquidity risk? Liquidity risk means again it boils down to this. This one. This one is known as liquidity risk. Is it not captured? So 1 and 2 are correct. Check the answers. Which one has 1 and 2? 1 and 2. 1 and 3. 2 and 3. 1 and 3. So this answer is immediately shown over here. Answer is A. Because 1 and 2 are correct. So definitely 3 and 4 and 5 will be correct. Isn't it? Okay, let me explain what is liquidity risk. Liquidity risk means immediately if you require the money, then what will you do? Immediately if you require the money. So we are over here talking of CAR. You will say, sir, we have that LCR ratio. LCR means liquidity coverage ratio. We are having that ratio. So how can you say that liquidity risk is not captured? How can you say, if I am having this LCR ratio, how can I say that liquidity risk is not captured? I can say, because look at the question. What is the question? Question says that which does not cover, which ratio? We are talking of CRAR. Does CRAR cover liquidity risk? It's that simple question. Does CRAR cover liquidity risk? No. Liquidity risk is covered by LCR and NSFR. These two ratios. So this answer is right then. Okay? Not captured. Settlement risk. What is settlement risk? Settlement risk means you perform your duty, but the other party, the second party, is not able to perform their duty. They are not performing their duty. Means, suppose if we have let's say vegetables. I sell vegetables. Let's say I am selling vegetables to you. I give vegetables to you, but you don't give me money. Or second case, you give me money in advance, but I don't give you vegetables. Simple. So this is known as settlement risk. It's a simple example I gave you about vegetables. The same happens with dollars. The same happens with gold. The same happens with the stocks. Everything. See here, after all, everything is commodity. In business, everything is commodity. Okay? So that's why the same thing happens. Settlement risk. This risk is also known as Herstat risk. Settlement risk, it is also known as Herstat. Herstat. Herstat was a bank, okay, in Germany. This bank collapsed because of the settlement risk. There is a big story for that. Someday else I'll explain. Otherwise, it will take a lot of time. Okay. So reputational risk, that is also not covered. Reputational means what? Something bad comes out about your bank in the newspaper. Or nowadays nowadays everything is tuk. Immediately. X, right? Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Google, everything over there. So something bad comes about your bank over here. Okay. So that is reputational risk. So all these are covered, means not captured over here. Okay, so these are all the answers, isn't it? Which of the following, last question for today, okay? Which of the following areas, I told you, because if we get the time, then, okay, let me take one numerical. After this question, let's solve one numerical. Here only I'll give you, okay? Which of the following areas of disclosures are required under Pillar 3 of market discipline of Basel norms? So, are required. See, again the question is required means you want true answer now, not the false answer. If it is not required, then it's false answer. So, which of them are required for under the Pillar 3 of market discipline of Basel norms? So, check this. Credit risk, market risk, internal rate risk, operational risk, equities from bank book position, capital structure and adequacy. So which of them are required? Huh? Think over it. Think. Kindly note, market discipline we wanted. Market discipline means it is for the investor to know. Investor, okay? So investor should know what in the bank. If the bank is having any credit risk, should the investor know? Means if there is what is credit risk? Credit risk means the failure of the other party to perform. Okay, other party means you have given a loan and that party is not paying. Credit risk. So should the investor know that yes, this bank is having this problem? Yes. Market risk, due to your overall market conditions, world market conditions, like this Russia-Ukraine war, or this USA now doing something weird, means many things. Weird, I can't say. They are following their own policies. So these decisions. Or internal rate risk. Internal rate risk means, what is this internal rate risk? Means basically your benchmark rate. Internal rates are of generally MCLR is used as an internal rate. There are two rates, internal rate and external rate. Internal rate relates to your repo, not repo, MCLR. So here we are talking of MCLR. There is also external rate, that's called as this repo or your FBIL rate. Okay. So internal rate risk, operational risk. Does the investor need to know that there is a fraud in the bank? Employee has done some fraud. Does the investor need to know? Of course, he or she needs to know, right? Equities from bank book position. This is also important. Suppose if I buy something, some bonds in banking book. Banking book is up to maturity, just now I told you. And if I don't have that equities part, means I buy any bonds, any shares, anything, and it fails, then the investor needs to know capital structure and adequacy. What is my overall capital? What are my reserves and surplus? What is my net profit? Am I having the net profit or am I not having the net profit? I must know this. Okay, so all. Got it? So answer is all of the above. Okay, all of them are needed over here. Credit risk, market risk, internal rate risk, operational risk, equities from bank book, and capital structure. Okay. Now before going, let me show you the new batches. The crash course is just starting on 21st. Don't miss it. I'll show you. See this. Go to Adda 24/7. Always go through the app. In the app, you are getting 1% extra using the coin systems. Don't miss it. Okay. Download the app and then purchase. You'll be getting 1% extra. Why to lose 1% extra also? You'll be getting, you see this. How to go about it? Go to Adda 24/7. Click on this JIB and CIB. See this. Click on CAIIB June. These are the crash courses. Look at this. English medium. E-books, mock tests, online live classes plus recorded sessions. E-books and mock tests are to the level of chapter wise, per chapter. Okay. So great. Great thing. See, per chapter means what do you want more? Isn't it? And at what cost? Click on this. Click on buy now. Put the code Y432. Y432. Enter. To get this 77% discount plus 1% extra using the app. Don't miss that 1% also. Join it ASAP. Okay. You can join the Mahapack also. In Mahapack you are getting, see this. If you join the Mahapack, CIB Mahapack, you'll get it over here. See this. CIB Mahapack 2.0. Click on this. In Mahapack you are getting 15 plus batches per subject. 15 plus. That many times revision. Okay. Plus you are getting marathons. Plus you are getting electives also in this. So don't miss this Mahapack also. And right now you if you see, you are getting ebooks, videos, mock tests, online live classes. Again, how to join this? Same. Don't forget the code Y432. Okay, Y432. Put the code Y432. Y432. Enter. Look at this. 77% off plus 1% extra through the app. So don't miss. Join the crash course starting 21st. Okay.